terrific venue. I'd heard a lot about it, seen plans for the last few years from Frank. It's the first time I've been up. Couldn't come up for the opening because of the World Cup, but it's a great stadium, and I think it'll even be better, obviously, once they get into their phase 2 part of it. It's a terrific setting. It's in the middle of a city. Is a great setup. It's the right size, I think, for this market, and everything about it. I mean, it gives you a great feeling.
Ivan, your thoughts on
Well, I think Sunil said it. This is a top quality facility. This would rank as a major league facility in Major League Soccer. I think it's a fantastic setup. It's a great location. They've got a good fan following here, and the sight lines and the intimacy of the stadium is fantastic. It's a great place to watch a soccer game.
Were you here 10 years ago for the Mutiny game against the Rhinos?
Both were.
Oh, you both were here?
Oh yeah,
we were both here.
What are your thoughts? I mean, what are your memories of that game, at least?
Oh, it was a fantastic game. I think one of the, and I'll speak for myself, one of the concerns, obviously, in the first year of the league, it's safe to say that the MLS owners didn't want to play in the U.S. Open Cup. Having been around the Federation for a long time, I wanted us to. I insisted on us doing it, and the rules called us for doing it, but the big concern was, what if you lose to all these teams? You're out there, but this game, you lost, and everybody went home, other than, obviously, the Mutiny. Doug Logan was here at that game, but it was fantastic. I mean, back and forth, 4-3 if I remember correctly.
Yep.
So you got Carlos Valderrama here, and it was just a great night. It was a great night for soccer. That's what the Open Cup's all about.
Clint Dempsey was saying, he was on our radio show Saturday saying, I wish they would promote this more, because it could be like our little mini World Cup.
Yeah, I mean, I actually, I'll take off my MLS hat for a second, because I'm also the co-chairman of the US Open Cup. And Sunil's right. In those early years, it was really a sensitive kind of credibility thing for MLS. Now that we've established ourselves as a league, I think it's really a part of building the Open Cup to have those upsets and to have that fairy tale story. And actually, in some ways, speaking on behalf of the Open Cup, we wish we had some more of that. You know, MLS teams have been fairly dominant over the last 9 years, and it would be good for the competition, I think, to see a Rochester, to see one of the other teams go deep into the tournament and perhaps win it. And that's the kind of story that builds this tournament. You know, it's really a unique thing to have these major league teams playing against minor leagues and the amateurs. And it's a great asset of soccer. The FA Cup is a fantastic competition in England, and the US Open Cup as the oldest competition here really has the potential to be a tremendous competition, and we hope we can grow it into that.
This is the question everybody in this town wants to know. You guys are very important people. If the particulars can get worked out financially, stadium, Don Garber for the first time told me that even with 18,000 seats in this market, Rochester could play in MLS, be an MLS team. If the financials can be worked out, do you think this city, this ownership group deserves a shot to have an MLS team?
Well, from
there's a lot of hurdles.
Yeah, that's a pretty big if.
Big question.
But I think the question is really best posed for the guy to our left.
That'd be Frank Duras.
Look, the plus is it's a great market. The negative of that is it's a smaller market than most of the MLS cities. It's not the same size media market as you're looking for. And MLS is becoming more of a national league. A new television deal in place. That's, those issues are more important. It's a great stadium. That's a big plus. And you've got a great operator with a track record here that's second to none in professional soccer in America. They've done a great job here. There's some pretty big hurdles to get there. Some pretty big ifs. So I think in the end it ends up being a situation where the league and Frank have to figure out what's best for both of them. It's not just a question of what MLS wants. Frank's got to make a decision along with his partners about what's best for Frank Duras and the community.
What I would say to that is, what they have here is a really tremendous facility, and that's a massive commitment, a massive investment. And that is one of the cornerstones that we're looking for all around the league. And so when we run into situations in some of our other markets, if we're unable to develop the right kind of facilities in those markets, this is always a natural place to look for, to perhaps move a team to, and to use this capital investment that's already here. And so, it's something that could happen down the road.